We have awesome recent news, and this time we'll be talking about a headline that is turning heads because now more people will move to the best place on earth, Miami. If today we are receiving approximately, let's say, 900 to 1,200 people every single day, it's just a matter of time that that number will increase drastically. We have on our CBS News Miami studio the report.
Governor Ron DeSantis signed a new law putting an end to what he calls the squatters scam.
Yeah, the new law allows homeowners to get squatters removed, but there is a catch here. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is live in Miami with much more on this. Morgan.
Good morning. So the law now makes it actually quite easy to remove people from your property. You just have to show 3 different criteria. The first one is that you have to prove that the individual was not supposed to enter the property to begin with. The second one is that the individual has to have been told to leave the property but has not done so. And finally, the individual cannot be a current or former tenant in the middle of a legal dispute. Now, once you can prove these 3 things, you just have to fill out a form, give it to your local law enforcement agency, and that law enforcement agency is supposed to go to the home to remove them relatively quickly. Governor DeSantis signed the bill into law in Orlando Wednesday.
You assume in America, if you purchase a home and own a residence, that's your residence. That if you happen to maybe split time in Orlando and Michigan, that if you go to Michigan over the summer, people aren't going to be able to just move into your house and then claim squatters' rights on your private residence. And yet, in places like New York and California, that's exactly what's happening in this country.
If the squatters who intentionally damage the home, if they do intentionally damage the home, they could face a second-degree felony. Now, someone who illegally sells or leases residential property that they do not own can face a first-degree felony. Now, on top of this, this law also creates harsh penalties for those who encourage or teach others how to squat. This law goes into effect July 1st. I'm live in Miami. Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
So imagine this, you own a property or 10,000 properties. Maybe it's a house, maybe it's an apartment or a multi-family unit. And suddenly you find out that there are people living in it who have no right to be there. What a nightmare, right? Well, up until now in Florida, dealing with this type of, let's say, unauthorized occupants, also known as squatters, have been a real headache. You have to go through a lengthy process to get them out, treating them like a tenant almost, someone who supposedly have rights. But guess what? Governor Ron DeSantis just changed the game with the stroke of a pen, and that is genius. He signed a bill called HB621, which basically says, enough is enough. Now, if you're dealing with squatters, you don't have to jump through hoops anymore. You can simply fill out a form, hand it over to your local sheriffs, and boom, there you have it. They will kick those squatters to the curb. And it doesn't stop there. If these squatters try to fake documents like a lease agreement or a deed to make it look like they have a right to be there, they could end up facing serious criminal charges. Plus, if they cause any significant damage to the property, they're even in bigger trouble. They're talking about felony level trouble, which is awesome. They should be sent to the lions. But anyway, people all over Florida are cheering for this bill because, let's face it, squatters wreak havoc. Starting July 1st, squatters beware. Florida property owners have the law on their side. If you have questions, remember to subscribe to SERDNA Talks and to share all our videos with your friends and family. I have to go. See you soon. Ciao.